Everybody happy. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
We starting off already messing each other.
I know. Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? As usual, L and I always mess with each other. You gotta have fun, right, Ellie?
That's right. That is right. It's not going to stop. Get used to it. So,
Absolutely.
we are on episode 13, and
Mm-hmm.
we felt that this title really resonated with us. Hopefully, in turn, it resonates with you.
It will.
What's the rush?
What is the rush, everybody? Why are you running over here, running over there? Gotta get it all done right now.
Right
And
now. Hey,
and
right.
and, and the thing is, it's all here, right? Everything is right now, right, Ellie? Everything's already here.
It's already here. It's so funny to
Mm-hmm.
realize because this title really resonated and came through. Wait, what's the rush? It helps me pace myself because more times than none, nobody has put these deadlines on me. So here I am in the
Mm-hmm.
business and setting up our coaching session, and I'm getting frustrated, drinking a bottle of wine. No, I'm kidding. But getting
Two bottles.
right? I'm getting frustrated, feeling overwhelmed, XYZ. And yes, we had these tools. But sometimes when you're in it, you're like, and then it's like,
Yeah.
wait, what
Yes.
are you rushing for?
What are you rushing for?
Who told you that it had to be done by 5 o'clock today?
Right?
And what's going to happen if it's not done by 5? Nothing. You're the one who dictated this.
Ain't that some crazy shit? That's
Isn't
some
it?
crazy.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And I
It's
think it's
so
really
true.
important to understand when you're in the middle of something and you're making your own self overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
to just step back and
Absolutely.
ask, who's dictating this?
Absolutely. And it's usually you making up these parameters that are not true except in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you step back, you go, what was I doing this for? Like, where did 5 o'clock come from? What like why? Why
I
did five
know.
o'clock come into my mind? Or something like that. So what's your thing, everybody? The thing is start thinking about what are you rushing for? And some of them consciously, you may have a valid reason. Well, I need this, I need that. And oh my God, my sister and I, we take so much time on to talking to each other besides here because we love talking to you. And we really love delivering messages that are resonating with everybody. So this is why we love this. So
Mhm.
with what's the rush is if you feel when you start to recognize that everything is already created, everything's already here,
Mhm.
and ultimately you're chasing a feeling. Pick anything that you desire. When it's accomplished, it's the feeling that goes with it that
Mm.
makes it feel complete. So that feeling can be accomplished right now. So therefore, what's the rush?
Ooh, yes.
Oh, stop
Hallelujah.
yourself.
Say
Oh,
it
oh,
again.
oh.
Thank
Say,
you, Jesus.
oh Lord.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. All right. So let me regurgitate what I feel you were saying.
Yeah.
So I feel if I get this goal done by 5 o'clock, then
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have this feeling of relief, satisfaction. I'm happy. You're saying that my feelings aren't contingent on that being done. I can feel the
Yes.
happiness right now.
Boom. Boom. Ellie. Yes.
Okay.
L. That is so perfect the way you said it. You can get the feeling. So here's the thing. You could adapt the feeling of you just having that done, minus the time that you've made up in your mind. And who cares? You may get done at 4 just because you were just happy. You may get done at 6, but the ultimate thing was that feeling of accomplishment. And so many times I feel I can say this confidently because it's always true. With the universe, when you manifest the feeling, usually it happens faster and more magnificently than you could have ever consciously imagined. That's the that's the caveat, if that's the right word to it, is you're going to end up with more than you imagined quicker than you imagined.
Mikey, it's so true. It's so true. And I can't hold myself back from going down this
Well, don't
path.
drop them reins.
Ah! Well, because it just resonates and it's so perfectly aligned is
Mhm.
the feeling, right? And we hear it so often. We had this awesome conversation surrounding it,
Right.
the happiness feeling and us being a magnet.
Mhm.
And with desires, we have the desires,
Right.
whether it's to obtain this car, to finish this program, to buy this house, the love of your life. You have all these desires
Yes, yes,
floating
yes.
around, floating around. And you are going to get all of your desires because I do believe that you'll get all your desires, right? That's just natural.
Every one of them plus more.
Like you said, you're ultimately searching for the feeling those desires give you. But we have to first learn that for those desires to hold on and attach to something, happiness, fulfillment, and joy is the central hub.
Yes. Yes. L, that's what you, oh my God, that's what you were talking about. I'm going to throw your word that you helped me with that. And hopefully help the people that listeners. You used the word enhancers. Remember you said that? Everything's an enhancer. So everything, the common denominator, if you took a pencil and drew a dot, and L, you said you could draw something later because I would love eventually, our thing for me, I would selfishly love L got a little chalkboard because then she could demonstrate with her artistic skills of the things on there. So like draw a little dot. And then from that dot, you would draw arrows and it'd be car, house, kids, relationship, this, that, but they all start with feeling good. And then everything you draw afterwards is included in that bubble.
Correct. And what's
Right?
beautiful
Am I
is
right?
you're accurate. And really beautiful is all of us have this magnet in us, so to speak, this happy
Everything.
magnet. We
Yes.
all have it.
Mm-hmm.
When we learn to feed that, it grows. It grows. And it's very visible to all these desires.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these desires just aren't aimlessly floating because they're going to get to you anyway. Right now, without that big magnet, they're finding their way. But once you learn that happiness bubble that isn't contingent on anything, it's so visible to those desires that they're flying down to
Yes.
you at the light of
Yes.
speed. Now they
Yes.
see that because that's the hub. That's the hub. We all have it. Just make it grow. Just make it grow
And they just start falling into your physical existence, falling into your physical existence
faster,
faster
fast.
and faster. And the people watching who don't know any better, who you're probably going to encourage and walk up to you and say, "What the hell are you doing?" I
Right?
want that too. What are you doing? Like you have some magic power that they don't, which is you already know is not true. They're gonna see you seamlessly. Well, the word create, and I learned this from Aaron Dodery. I love listening to him too. He inspired me. We are creating because create sounds like we got to start from scratch. So he used the word choosing. When
Mm-hmm.
you choose to be happy, things choose to show up in your life. When you say create things, that means you got to get out the nails and build something and have it come
Mm.
towards you. It's not creating. We're using anything we can to make it easier on your conscious. Creation means to be built from the ground up. What if everything was already created and you're just choosing? Like Aaron, I love Aaron Doherty for using those words because I'm throwing it at you because it helped me a lot. I
Mm-hmm.
no longer have to create because everything that I ever want is already created.
It already is.
So just choose your reality.
Choose your reality. It's so true. I think we touched on it last week or maybe 2 weeks
Hmm.
prior. Is often we give ourselves an option either or, when in reality it's and. Just choose,
Yes.
choose, choose if you want either or, because if you really believe there's not enough in the universe to supply you with everything, you can choose either or.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
based on your belief, but you can choose
Which would
and
be like
watch
that.
watch the miracle of how that unfolds. Don't get
Absolutely.
tangled up in the path of how is it going to happen. If I That's why I have to choose and. I can't actually see how it's going to happen. That's why you're choosing either or, because you're placing yourself in a
Yes.
situation that you're not built to be in.
Absolutely.
And that's why you feel
100%.
discord. That's not your business to be in there to figure out how. You just
It's
make a
not.
choice.
Oh my God, you're saying such awesome stuff with this. It's not your business. to figure how it's going to happen, because that is the thing that we choose to slow us down. I
Choose.
feel
Choose.
we're choosing to figure out, not only I want this, I want to know how it's going to get here, what day it's going to get here, what time, all this stuff, and
How could
then
it
worry.
logically happen? How could it logically even happen? That's why we choose
Absolutely.
either or.
So awesome. And what we were saying, everyone, with rush, when you're rushing to do something, or you need to see this project appear, what that's saying is you're noticing the lack of it. Is you're noticing the distance between where you are and where you want to be. And you're going to hear a lot of people you may have listened to with what we're saying, because these are inspirational things that help us get there. You're going to have to choose a different path if you want a different result, if you want a quicker result. And so we're challenging you to set something different, especially if what you've been doing isn't making you happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
you see what I'm saying? So when you're doing something different, we're not saying at first it's going to be uncomfortable, because our minds are habitual minds. They don't like change
Mm-hmm.
in any form. Even so, if you're doing something negative, to do something what would be the better way can still feel uncomfortable at first, because you're so used to doing it that way, even if you don't like the results.
Correct. Correct. There's comfort. Oh, which reminds me, which is easiest,
Yes.
comfort or fear?
Oh my God.
We definitely
Oh
have to do
my
that one.
God.
But
That's a
that's
whole
very
nother.
true.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
It's
Ellie.
what's the rush? And in doing that, I have learned that when I'm in that place, when you're feeling those feelings of anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
our emotions are nothing more, nothing less than antennas. They're feelers
Mm-hmm.
along the
Mm-hmm.
way. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're feeling that,
Yeah.
that's my cue. Make it your cue for whatever it's suitable for you. But that's my cue to pause and meditate and be present. Like, okay, I hear you. Right, got you. And just like, and it's, guess what? It's so hard. It's so hard to pull away, but it's so rewarding too.
Yes,
You just,
yes, it is. You
because
are like, it has to be done now. You don't understand, Mike. You don't understand, L. This has to be now. And you say, why? And you be like, because I want it this time. Like, why? And you'll find out ultimately because it makes you feel better. And so if you can feel better now, what's we're saying, then what's the rush?
and what's the rush? Beautifully said. Beautifully said. And often I always find, and I
Thank you.
love, it's just like magic. I love finding when I pull myself out of
Mm-hmm.
that scenario and I pause, I find answers to what I actually needed and tools that I needed to get the
Absolutely.
job done a lot
Yes.
faster.
Wow.
But you
Wow.
can't
That's
see it. You can't see it in the chaos.
no, no. There's like Einstein said, the mind. I'm going to probably so I'm going to paraphrase it. The mind that has the question is not going to be the same mind that has the answer.
Nice. I
So
like that.
that means you have to grow. You have to allow yourself to step away and let the higher self, which has the answer, deliver it to you on a conscious level. The answer's there. It
Mm-hmm.
exists.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to know that this mind, the conscious mind that has this question, I'm going to have to allow the subconscious, the higher self, to deliver that answer to me. And since you listen to Inner Cosmetics, everybody, we now know
Whoop,
you
whoop.
just gotta, you're not giving, you're not giving up. You're giving in to that higher self. And you're saying, okay, I know you're out there. And I know the harder I try, the faster that answer's going to run from me. So I'm going to allow it into my life by relaxing. It sounds so counterproductive. I know, everybody, I know. It sounds so counterproductive to step back. And unless you're literally on fire, what is the rush?
What is the rush? I
Unless you're literally on fire. And I mean, there is a freaking flame. There's a rush.
right.
That's a rush. You need to feel good right now.
are not. And Mike had mentioned giving up. Giving in is not giving up. If you missed that episode, that's episode 6. And we had a full
Okay.
conversation about that. You definitely want to check that one out. Um,
Yes.
so true, Mike. What's the rush? And last Friday, we had the conversation of let's weigh in. And all these are so applicable because we use it in our everyday lives,
Hmm.
which is
Hmm.
why Mike and I are where we are, is even with weight. I was a fitness competitor for so
Hmm.
many years, but the weight has fell off me so much faster and effortlessly now that I had the mental wealth and understanding of how energies work and my
Yeah.
mind and tapping into silence. Oh, as a fitness competitor, oh God, it was gruesome. It was
I was there with you. I was there with you. I mean, you wake up, did I
yes.
eat? Did I eat? You're like, no. Oh,
It was
no,
really it was
seriously.
yeah it
Yeah.
was really yeah, it was really not good. But I love where I am now. And it's amazing to see it just fall off so quickly because, again, there's literally weight in your mind and emotions that you have to learn to
Yeah.
lose as you step into certain things.
Elle, you've helped me with that so much too. Because guys, if you don't know, the one of as you get to know us even better, one of the things that I think was my thing I put on a pedestal, which is so important not to if you want to accomplish your thing, was me getting into fitness. No matter how good I looked in my mind,
Mm.
I would put myself down. You would see pictures in my life. I'm up, down, up, down, up, down. And it had to do with me not being happy with myself. And I put it so far up here that food had all the weight from my food just held such a, like, oh, is this good? Is this bad? And then you'll find yourself gaining weight. You find somebody
Mm-hmm.
sitting next to you eating the same thing, losing weight, but because the mental weight that I held on to with this potato chip, with this pretzel,
Mm-hmm.
everything mattered. And it
Mm-hmm.
did because it did. So I would gain weight from eating hardly anything. And it
Right.
was like, how? Because my emotions were so off.
And heavy. Your
Yeah,
emotions were heavy, extremely heavy. And that was episode 12 that we did. Let's weigh in. So
yeah,
there's another one
yeah.
that you want to connect to. But I love this for, what's the rush for you guys,
Mhm.
like for homework assignments, just a reminder is to catch yourself when you are in those modes because it's natural. We're human. We're going to have those experiences, but we can have a quicker response time to
Yes,
remove ourselves and check in and be present. And so that's why we're
yes,
here, you know?
yes. 100%, Ellie. 200% actually. I
Yeah,
love
because
it.
we fall, but it's beautiful having a support system to raise you back up, remind you, and encourage you to keep on your track.
And that's why we have some exciting stuff headed your way. We
Yes.
can't wait. We're going to be throwing all this support system. You're going to be so like, why am I always so happy? That's an
Yeah.
affirmation, by the way. Like, because you have the best support system. You're going to have the us, the
Yeah.
inner cosmetics. We're working on some cool stuff so
Yeah,
we
and
can help
I
as
can't
many
actually
people.
hold back on that either because I kind of want to give them a teaser to it because
Do it,
I'm a
Ellie. Do it.
little okay. So here it is. Initially I was a little apprehensive. It's like, how much is that too much help? You can never give somebody too much help.
Right,
My
right.
thing is, I wanted us to be there as a lifeline in real life scenarios because there's moments when you just need non judgment and you need to brainstorm a thought out, right, with
Hmm.
somebody. And
Hmm.
so, one of our program features is going to allow that instant connection with Mike and I to be there as a lifeline.
Absolutely.
To offer us a brainstorming session
Hmm.
because you have the answers. You have the answers just need to be in an environment where there's no judging. It's lovingly being challenged on your
And you're
thoughts.
never wrong. I don't care what you say. You think you're going to shock us with something, and I don't care how bad it seems or how good or whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to show you how you're never wrong. And the worst topic to you was nothing more than a stepping stone towards your goal.
Mm,
Doesn't matter.
love that.
Doesn't matter.
Love that.
We're here. That's why we're here, because it's not what happened, it's how long you stay where you are. And the
Mm-hmm.
quicker you can pick yourself up the right way. the faster you get to go towards whatever is waiting for you. It's waiting for you.
Love it. All right, guys, we enjoyed this immensely as always. Make
Yes,
sure
we
you
did.
check in with us on Friday. We had something really, really fun for you guys on Friday.
Ooh, come on back.
All
Yeah.
right, guys. Remember, what's the rush? Check in on yourselves. Until then,
Absolutely.
see ya.
And high five, Ellie, quick. Boom. See
See you,
ya.
Mike.
All right.